Hello, friends, and welcome to Miracle of Mobility. I am so honored to be back with you again this year, sharing inspiring stories of lives being transformed by free wheelchair mission and the gift of mobility. Recently, I was blessed to participate in a wheelchair distribution trip to the Dominican Republic, where I saw incredible work of free wheelchair mission firsthand. The Dominican Republic, it's a beautiful country with amazing people and an inspiring, vibrant culture. Yet, like many other communities around the world, families often struggle just to survive. And for people living with disabilities, things that we take for granted can be a challenge or may seem impossible. Receiving a wheelchair is often out of reach, something that many people without mobility can only dream about. In fact, 80 million people with disabilities around the world need a wheelchair. Yet the vast majority, like the individuals I met in the Dominican Republic, live without one. Without mobility, they may need to crawl or be carried or live in isolation. And they pray and they wait for a miracle. Over the past 24 years, Free Wheelchair Mission has provided 1.5 million wheelchairs to people with disabilities across 95 countries, all at no cost to the recipients. In the communities we traveled to, I was blessed to meet some of the most amazing and beautiful souls. I was in awe of their quiet strength, their courage, and their resilience. They are kind and loving and have a faith that seems to surpass their circumstances. Thanks to the support of people just like you, we were able to provide brand new wheelchairs to individuals who were waiting for them. When someone receives their new wheelchair from Free Wheelchair Mission for the first time, the individual and their families are often overcome with emotion. Sometimes it's with laughter, and sometimes it's with tears of thanksgiving and joy. With this new mobility, maybe they can go to school, provide for their families, worship in church, or get outside in the sunshine for the first time in years. Tonight, you are going to hear some of these inspiring stories from people around the globe. Later, we'll also be blessed with an uplifting musical performance from my friends for King and Country. With your help, our goal is to provide 24,000 individuals with the life-transforming gift of mobility. Just $96 provides a brand new wheelchair to someone who's waiting for one. Please visit the website below to learn more and support this amazing mission. Together, we will be transforming lives. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support. Enjoy the rest of the show.
People sometimes ask why we continue to do what we do. After almost 25 years across 95 countries, providing 1.5 million wheelchairs for free. Why do we keep going? We do it for the ones who are still waiting, who have to crawl, or be carried, or live alone in isolation. And we innovate for the millions praying for mobility. For them, we will not stop until everyone who needs a wheelchair has one. We ship our brand new wheelchairs around the world. And we collaborate with our distribution partners. Each new wheelchair provides opportunities to go to school, to work, to worship, to see friends and family, or to feel the warmth of the sun. Each new wheelchair brings renewed dignity, independence, freedom, and joy. Together, We will not stop until everyone who needs a wheelchair has one.
Thank you for joining us virtually for our 22nd annual Miracle of Mobility. In addition to tonight's online broadcast, earlier this month, we had our supporters gather at our largest in-person celebration in Orange County, California. We're so grateful to Candace Cameron Bure for hosting that event and for joining us as our host of tonight's virtual event.
And you know, Nuka, that concert center was so full of electricity, so full of happiness. Seeing the supporters we've had for years all in one place, wanting to know what's up, what's next, what's going to happen.
And we have another in-person event with our friends in the Northwest. Seattle's Miracle Mobility will be on October 11th, and I'm looking forward to joining our supporters there. So if you are in the Seattle area, please get your free tickets to attend by visiting miracleofmobility.org. Tonight, we're joined by thousands of supporters tuning in from around the country and around the world. Thanks to the support of so many like you, Free Wheelchair Mission has provided 1.5 million wheelchairs to people with disabilities in 95 countries. But the need is still great. An estimated 80 million people need a wheelchair, but few can get one.
80 million, I want you to think about that number. It's a huge number, 80 million people. It came from the World Health Organization, their studies. 5 years ago, we had a breakthrough. We had a foundation that said, we'd like you to come up with a new wheelchair and we'll pay for it. So we didn't have to take money out of donations for wheelchairs at all. And we had a chance to actually hire the best team in the world to come up with this next wheelchair. And I had a chance to go to Thailand and to Argentina to test it out. And it was so well received.
That's right. And that new amazing wheelchair is called the Gen for Joy. And with it, we've made significant breakthroughs, resulting in a more comfortable, longer lasting, and more adjustable design that will fit even more recipients. We're so excited about our quick release wheels and so many other advancements in this groundbreaking device. We announced Gen for Joy in August and showed it off to our supporters at our Orange County event. We will also showcase Gen for Joy at our in-person Seattle event and at other events around the country over the next year. If you would like to host a Gen for Joy event in your area, please go to the link on your screen and someone from our team will reach out with more information.
I have a favorite story I want to share. Nahuel was his name, in Argentina, 17 years old, and for 17 years he had to ask his mother to take him to the bathroom or to take him to his bedroom. His wheelchair just wouldn't fit through the doorway. Well, we put him in the Gen for Joy and he slid through that doorway like it wasn't even there. And how do we do that? We've got a better fitting wheelchair that's smaller so people can go in places, go through doorways that they've never been able to go through before.
What a story, Don. In addition to launching Gen for Joy, thanks to the generosity of supporters like you, I've also been able to see the amazing transformation firsthand in places like Brazil and Ethiopia this year. It was such a blessing to be able to deliver wheelchairs as well with our host, Candace Cameron Bure in the Dominican Republic. Candace will share a special story from our trip later in the show. Even in extremely difficult situations, including poverty or disasters, the gift of a wheelchair brings lasting hope. A new wheelchair also brings renewed dignity, independence, freedom, and just like our theme tonight, it brings joy. Tonight, we cannot wait to share more amazing stories of some of the individuals who have received our wheelchairs, including an inspiring boy named Dawit, who I met in Ethiopia. When I met Dawit, I witnessed something I see far too often, people crawling in the streets or needing to be carried. Yet despite those challenges, I was moved by the strong faith and resilience of the families and communities I visited. People who have been praying for a wheelchair just so that they could have some independence, could get out of the darkness and roll outdoors to feel the sun on their face, or who want to relieve their loved ones who may have been burdened with carrying them for years. With the gift of a new wheelchair, I'm convinced that they know that not only have their prayers been answered, but that they haven't been forgotten by God or by all of us.
Yes, they have not been forgotten. For 24 years now, we've been driven by our Lord, whenever possible, to share the love of God with the people who receive our chairs and for their families. Free Wheelchair Mission is like a bridge between you and somebody living in a developing country. They're living on the ground. Maybe they're being carried. Maybe they are crawling. Maybe they just haven't been outside for 20 or 30 years. We cannot do this without you.
That's right, Don. We cannot do this without all of your help. We'll also be getting some help later in the show from our friends for King and Country. We're so thankful for your generosity and the difference you can make tonight. Right now, people with disabilities around the world are waiting for wheelchairs. Many must crawl or need to be carried. Others live in isolation, unable to leave their homes and have given up hope. Tonight, you can give them a special gift, a miracle in the form of a brand new wheelchair. We have our biggest goal ever to transform 24,000 lives with the gift of mobility. Thanks to those who have already given, we're getting closer to our goal, but we need your help. Please consider a gift of any size tonight to help us bring joy. For just $96, you can provide a brand new wheelchair to someone who is waiting for one. We thank you for watching tonight and for supporting Free Wheelchair Mission. Enjoy the show.
Now we'll take you on a journey halfway around the world to the village of Warangal in central India. Yakima is a woman whose life has been shaped by both quiet strength and enduring challenges. She was just 3 years old when she contracted polio, leaving her unable to walk. Living with her disability, she remained at home, living in isolation, out of fear that others in her village would not accept her. At times, she was overcome with emotion, having to crawl on the dusty ground, but a special gift from Free Wheelchair Mission was about to change her life. This is her story.
నా పేరు కాంబోజ్ యాకమ్మ అండి. నాకు 36 సంవత్సరాలు. మాది నారాయణపురం. 3 సంవత్సరాలు నేను పుట్టాక 3 సంవత్సరాలు నడిచాక నాకు పోలియో వచ్చింది. చాలా అండి, నడవడానికి ఇబ్బందిగా అండి. అందరు నచ్చటాల ముఖం చూస్తానండి. వాళ్ళు కొత్త కొత్త డ్రెస్సులు వేసుకొని అవి చేసేదాన్ని చూసుకుంటా చాలా బాధపడ్డాను. మంది జనాలు ఉన్న కాడ కూడా ఉండాలంటే వెళ్ళబుద్ధి కాదండి.
For the people, most of them are in the villages and remote areas. If they have a child, if they have an accident, if they have become disabled, they do not know. They think it is their fate.
ఇక పరిస్థితి ఇంట్లో పరిస్థితులు బట్టి తెచ్చుకోలేకపోయినాము. ఇట్లనే ఇక నడుచుకుంటా మోకాళ్ళ మీద నేను నడుతా చూడండి అలాగే. దీనికి ముందు వీల్ చైర్ లేదండి నాకు. చైర్తో చాలా ఉపయోగపడుతుందండి. ఈ బయట తిరగడానికి, షాప్కి వెళ్ళడానికి, ఇంకా పింఛన్ తెచ్చుకోవడానికి.
Giving a free wheelchair is not only a blessing for the person but also to the entire family.
అమ్మ కూలి పనికి వెళ్తుందండి, నేను వీల్ చైర్లో ఇస్త్రీ చేస్తాను. ఆ పింఛన్ వచ్చే డబ్బులు వాడుతూ నేను ఇట్లున్నందుకు చాలా బాధపడ్డానండి. వికలాంగులు ఏం తక్కువేం కదండి, వాళ్ళు కూడా చేసుకొని పని చేసుకొని బతికే అంత శక్తి ఉంటుంది వాళ్ళకి కూడా. నా కాళ్ళ మీద నేను నిలబడాలంటే నేను కిరాణా షాప్ పెట్టుకుంటాను. నాకు ఈ బండి చాలా ఉపయోగపడిందండి. ఇంకా నాలాంటి వాళ్ళకి ఇంకా చాలా ఉపయోగపడాలని కోరుకుంటాను. మా దగ్గరకు వచ్చినందుకు థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి, ఇంత దూరం వచ్చినందుకు.
For Yakima and her family, life without mobility was an ongoing challenge. However, thanks to the generosity of people like you, Free Wheelchair Mission, along with their local distribution partner, India Christian Ministries, provided her with a brand new wheelchair. Now she's able to support her family by providing an ironing service to her community. One day her dream is to open her own business. Such a wonderful story. With your help, we can transform the lives of many more, just like Yakima. Please visit miracleofmobility.org to support this amazing mission. Just $96 provides a brand new wheelchair to someone who is waiting for one. Thank you so much.
Since our founding in 2001, innovation has been one of Free Wheelchair Mission's most important core values. We innovate to make our wheelchairs more comfortable, functional, and long-lasting. Gen 1 provided a durable wheelchair to help individuals regain mobility, offering a renewed sense of dignity. Gen 2 was introduced with multiple sizes to better fit recipients, providing greater independence. And Gen 3 was foldable, providing better transport and expanding each recipient's freedom. Now, Gen for Joy will feature all of the best aspects of our previous wheelchairs with even more groundbreaking features. Why a new wheelchair? Why now? We've expanded our capabilities with new manufacturing team members and outside support from wheelchair industry experts. This has included design, manufacturing, and testing support from our friends at Invacare, a leading for-profit manufacturer of wheelchairs. Over the past 12 years, we have also gathered extensive feedback from our partners and wheelchair recipients, and this has been invaluable in guiding the development of the new Gen for Joy. In recent years, we've expanded and strengthened our distribution partner network and added a second factory. All of these steps were essential before the launch of the new wheelchair to ensure we have a strong network and a second source as we grow. The research and development and other aspects of the Gen for Joy program were funded through the generosity of the Thompson Family Foundation. Their support helped to make it possible to develop and retool our factories to make them ready for the launch of our new wheelchair. In our factories, we have also upgraded our manufacturing methods and introduced robotics, providing even more cost-effective and efficient production. And with a smaller box size, we will be able to fit even more wheelchairs into each container, reducing shipping costs. For our partners, Gen for Joy is also easy to assemble, which will mean getting more wheelchairs to more individuals faster. With Gen for Joy, we are so excited about the new design changes that will greatly benefit wheelchair recipients, their families, and caregivers. First, we have 2 new sizes, extra small and extra extra large. These will enable us to provide brand new wheelchairs to people whom we previously could not serve. Next, with a narrower overall width, Gen for Joy can better fit through tight spaces, like the smaller doorways we often see in under-resourced countries. And the foldability and quick-release wheels on Gen for Joy make it easy to transport. Additional new features such as fewer weld points, an aluminum frame, and a crossbar will help ensure a wheelchair that can be used for years to come. In fact, preliminary internal testing shows Gen for Joy has the potential to last up to 2 times longer than our previous models. Gen for Joy is also designed for better comfort with wider armrests, a more upright seat back, and improved footrest adjustments. All of these new features mean that Gen for Joy will help us reach many more individuals who are waiting for wheelchairs, providing them with renewed dignity, independence, freedom, and joy. With your support tonight, you can help us bring the Gen for Joy and all of our wheelchairs to people who are waiting for them. Thank you.
Without a wheelchair, many people living with disabilities around the world face unique challenges. They may not be able to get medical care, attend school, or even see family and friends. Millions hope and pray for a wheelchair, often for many months or years, waiting for a miracle. In Africa, a young man named Dawit was a miracle arrival for his family. He was born prematurely. While he miraculously survived an extremely difficult birth, Dawit was left with a lifelong condition that impacts his ability to walk. Sadly, in his home country of Ethiopia, people living with disabilities are sometimes viewed as cursed, with the families bearing the weight of this social stigma. In hearing his story, I learned that the Ethiopian name Dawit has the same origin as the biblical name David. And like the story of David, without a wheelchair, Dawit faced his own personal Goliath. We take you to him now in his village of Mojo in central Ethiopia.
Brole kodami gabiko, brole kodami gabiko, dirmamun kaba berbirsa gorora, وقوبها شوبتش نوايا بركك نورم تتشوا. ያው በሙዚቃ ውስጥ መስፈንም እንችላለሁ። ያው እንደተነገረኝ ከሆነ እንደዚህ ሊሆን የቻልኩት በወሊድ ምክንያት ነው። በዚህ የተወለድኩት በ7 ወር 9 ወር ባልሞላ ጊዜ ውስጥ ነው። የተለያዩ የወሊድ ችግር ውስጥ የነበረች እናቴና እሷን አትርፎ እኔን ወደ መግደል ነበር በሕክምና ውስጥ የተኬደው። ያው የእግዚአብሔር ነገር ሆነና ደግሞ ሁለታችንም በሙሉ ጤንነት ውስጥ ልንሆን ችለናል።
A lot of people with disabilities are cursed. Family abandon them, and family shame about this disabilities in the family. Free Wheelchair Mission help us to give them love. God created them the way they are, and they are loved. And we're trying to show them how God loves us by providing mobility devices, which is wheelchairs. People cannot afford to purchase wheelchair.
ወደ መሄድበት ይሄድ ነበርና በጣም ቻሌንጅ ነበረው። ላብ አለ፣ ስትሄድ ላብ ይወጣል። ስለዚህ ተማሪዎች የመጠየቅ ነገር ነበሩት። ግን እንዳልኩት በጣም ለጥሩ ነገር እንጂ ለመጥፎ ነገር ቦታ ስለሌለ እሱን ሁሉ አልፎ እዚህ ደርሰናል። ዊልቸር ባይኖር ይኖረው የሚሄድበት ኦፖርቹኒቲ ጥቂት ይሆናሉ ማለት። እኔ ዊልቸሩን የምጠቀምበት የተለያዩ ስራዎችን እንዳልኩት 2 ስራዎችን ነው የምሰራው። ሁለተኛም ደግሞ እንዳልኩት ስልክ ምናምን ስለመሞከርም ወደ ስልክ ወደ መስራት ለሁለቱም ስራዎቼ ሙዚቃም ሲኖረኝ ወደ አዳማ ለመንቀሳቀስ እጠቀምበታለሁ። ኦኬ ሙዚቃ ላይ የራሴ አልበሞች እንዲኖሩኝና ለቻሪቲ ሙዚቃዎችን መስራት ነው የምፈልገው። በቃ የራሴ የሆነ ሙዚቃና እንደዚሁም ያው ትልቁ ህልሜ እንዳልኩት ከዛ በኋላ ግን ትልቁ ህልሜ የአካል ጉዳተኞችን ብዙ አካል ጉዳተኞች ስፔሻሊ ብዙ አካል ጉዳተኞች የማመን ችግር አለባቸው ብዬ አምናለሁ። ስለዚህ ያንን የማመን እውቀት እኔ ጋር ስላለ በጣም በደስታ ደስ እያለኝ እና ደግሞ ትልቅ ተስፋ እንደምድንም ተስፋ አደርጋለሁ። ከዚህ ላይ እንደሚያስነሳኝ አውቃለሁ። በመጀመሪያ ያው ከእግዚአብሔር በታች መራመድ ስላስቻለኝ በጣም እጅግ አድርጌ አመሰግናለሁ። እግዚአብሔር ይስጥልኝ።
What an amazing story! With his brand new wheelchair from Free Wheelchair Mission provided by their distribution partner in Ethiopia, Agape Mobility, Dawit is now able to help support himself and his family through his mobile phone repair business. And like David from the Bible, Dawit also wants to use his musical talents as a gifted traditional singer to inspire others throughout Ethiopia with his songs. Thanks to supporters just like you, Dawit has overcome the Goliath of immobility and is joyfully pursuing his dreams with his new wheelchair. Tonight, you can help provide wheelchairs to those who are waiting for the miracle wheels provided by Free Wheelchair Mission. Please visit the website on your screen to make a generous donation in support of this inspiring work. Thank you. Free Wheelchair Mission, supported by their local distribution partner in the Dominican Republic, Good Samaritan Hospital, has worked tirelessly to provide wheelchairs to people with disabilities in the local communities. The Dominican Republic is a country with a history of challenges, yet the people there have shown incredible resilience and possess a beautiful and diverse culture. Recently, along with Free Wheelchair Mission CEO Nuka Hart, I met so many inspiring individuals, each with their own amazing stories. On this trip, I was so blessed to meet a wonderful boy named Angel. Angel is 15 and he lives with his family just north of the city of La Romana. He was born with a disability due to serious complications from an emergency procedure at birth. The doctors knew immediately that Angel would not have full mobility. And from the start, his parents knew the challenges they would face in the years ahead. Without a wheelchair, Angel's dedicated dad took him to school each day on the back of his motorbike. At school, he loved to play a game called boxing. Although the school was able to loan Angel a wheelchair to use at school, he could not take it home with him. When we provided Angel with his brand new wheelchair, his face lit up with one of the brightest smiles I've ever seen. His parents were also overcome with joy. They told me what a huge difference his new wheelchair will have in his life. Now he can go to school more easily and play outside with his brother and friends. His parents shared that his new wheelchair is an answer to their prayers, allowing Angel to shine his bright smile, playing the sport that he loves. Meeting Angel and so many other amazing individuals in the Dominican Republic has been such a blessing and an inspiration to me. Thanks to all of your support for Free Wheelchair Mission, you're making success stories like Angel's possible tonight. Just $96 provides someone a brand new wheelchair. This simple gift transforms the lives of the recipient, their family, caregivers, and their community. Please visit the website on the screen to provide the gift of mobility. Thank you.
G'day to you, it's Joel and Luke here with For King and Country.
Yes, and you might not know this, but 80 million people with disabilities are in need of a wheelchair, and yet the vast majority of them don't have access to one. As you'd imagine, without mobility, it's awfully difficult to get around and just experience life, especially for those in isolation. But our friends at Free Wheelchair Mission have come up with a solution. Since 2001, they have provided, catch this, a whopping 1.5 million chairs to people in 95 countries at no cost to the recipients.
Yes, and this is quite exciting because we have some news.
We do.
We've partnered together with Free Wheelchair Mission to come out with a brand new chair called Gen for Joy.
Yes,
Joy as in
our song,
yes,
Joy.
These new wheelchairs provide people with renewed dignity, independence, and freedom. And thank you for your support. These individuals can experience the joy of receiving this amazing gift and providing transportation through this Gen 4 Joy chair for the most communal and important moments of their lives.
So we just want to say thank you, cheers to you, and good on you to each of you at Free Wheelchair Mission for the hard and important work that you're doing every day. We are thrilled to be a small part of this launch, and would like to, as part of this, share with you an exclusive presentation of our song, Joy. Take a look.
Lately I've been real, watching the nightly news. Can't seem to find the real, just wanna sing the blues. Feels like a song that never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So won't somebody please pass the megaphone? I'll shout it on the count of three, shout it out. Oh, see my prayer tonight, I'm singing to the sky. Give me strength to raise my voice, let me testify. Oh, see my prayer tonight, cause this is do or die. The time has come to make a choice, and I choose let it move it, let it move it, let it move it. Yeah, I choose let it move it, let it move, oh let it move it. Yeah, back when I was younger, my eyes were full of life, but now that I am older, I live at the speed of light. Feels like the cycle never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So somebody please pass the megaphone. I'll shout it on the count of three. Let me hear you. Oh, to my prayer tonight, I'm singing to the sky. Give me strength to raise my voice, let me testify. Oh, to my prayer tonight, cause this is do or die. The time has come to make a choice, and I choose let it move it, let it move, come on. Let it move, yeah, yeah, I choose let it move, yeah. Let it move, let it move, yeah. Though I walk through the valley joy, joy down in my heart. Down in my heart seems to stay. I need the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart. If you believe it, sing it out. I need the joy. That's right, come on. Woo! Down in my heart to stay. Family, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Then dance. Also let it move it. Oh, let it move it. Oh, let it move it. Yeah. Let it move it. Oh, let it move. Bible said let it move it. Come on. Oh, I walk through the valley in the shadow of night. I with you by my side. I'm stepping into the light. I see the joy. Let it move it. Let it move.
Thank you so much for joining us for Miracle of Mobility. I've seen it with my own eyes and experienced firsthand. Your support is helping transform lives. Tonight, we've seen so many amazing stories about the life-changing impacts of brand new wheelchairs provided by Free Wheelchair Mission. Just like Yakima, Dawit, and Angel, there are so many more people around the world living with disabilities who are praying for a wheelchair. Right now, with your generous support, you can help be an answer to their prayers. If you haven't already, please visit miracleofmobility.org to make a tax-deductible gift to help us reach our goal, bringing wheelchairs to those who are waiting for them. We're getting closer to tonight's goal of providing 24,000 wheelchairs. Later, we'll post updates on the Free Wheelchair Mission social media pages, so please continue to pray and check back for updates. Please also share the link to this virtual event with family and friends. Thank you so much for watching and for your ongoing support. God bless you and good night.